All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for the long wait to there, but had to get some things fixed up behind the scenes. We do have another matchup here, a Division D matchup between Ball Chasers and Spaced Out. But we do have, ladies and gentlemen, a new caster here with us tonight. So we're going to go ahead, cut him some slack because it's his first time, make him feel home. Kemek, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling quite excited, and I'm glad to, have this opportunity to do something with it.
Yeah, this brother, it's his first time casting. He's a freshman. I think, where are you going to school again? I forget.
I'm out of SDSU.
SDSU. Okay. So yeah, your boy Silk, I think he's actually going to be the esports president, I think. I don't really know how it's going to work, but he's in the chat. He's welcoming you in, so make sure everybody gives him a warm welcome here. We're glad to have him throwing himself out here into the dark. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a Division D matchup: Ball Chasers versus Spaced Out. We got a lot of new players here, so I'm gonna go ahead, toss it up over to this screen here. Again, it's week number 1, guys. There's not too many stats to talk about, but like I said, Ball Chasers versus Spaced Out. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this one away. I'll go ahead and talk about the Ball Chasers first here. The captain of this team is a man named I'm Him 6777. Like I said, newcomer into the league, and his two picks were Bones and Demarca. So two guys, all three of these guys, brand new, first season in Dcrl. I know absolutely nothing about these guys, so it's going to be super interesting to see how these guys play. Kemek, I think you probably have the stream open, but if you kind of want to go over the Spaced Out team, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I don't really know too much. It seems to be Pat Down seems to be the captain of these guys here. I don't know, World, do you have any prior knowledge of these guys? Are they new here, or are they just veterans from the past?
Yeah, I actually do know a little bit. So Paco J, he's a longtime member of DCRL now. He's a fellow caster like ourselves. So we're gonna get to see him in action. And then Drewski has also played in the past too. So I know Drewski has some experience on LAN actually. And a funny story about this Drewski guy is that he actually, I think he lives in like California, but he's technically a UND student. And he actually flew in to play on LAN a couple semesters ago, which was super funny to see. It was great to meet him in person. And then, like you said, Pat Down, he's a newcomer from DSU, but I do know that a lot of the DSU boys are really excited about this guy. So this is gonna be a fun one. Like I said, a couple familiar faces in Paco and Drewski, but otherwise it's a blank state really. So it's gonna be fun to see how these guys play as we get into this one. But as is tradition, Kemek, we always do a prediction whether or not you know anything or not. So you can base it off of their names, team names, whatever you want, anything. But what's going to be your prediction in this best of 5 series?
I'm gonna be honest, chat seems to be liking Spaced Out quite a bit, so I think I'm gonna have to roll with them on this one.
Yo, you're back in chat. You're gonna become a favorite. You're gonna become a favorite if you But I always like to go against my co-caster, so I'm gonna go ahead so that at least one of us can win, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the guys that I know in Spaced Out, Paco J, Drewski. I know that they have what it takes. I know I've seen them play before, and they're very good Rocket League players themselves, and so it's gonna be interesting to see how they mesh with Pat Down. I'm gonna say they take this series. I don't know, maybe in 4 games, 3-1 or something like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask if these guys are ready. Probably should have done that a little earlier, but let's talk a little bit about you, Kemek, so we can get to know you a little bit better. You said you have a little bit of public speaking experience before your debate or something like that.
Yeah, so I did debate out of Watertown.
All right.
I did that for 4 years, and I don't know, have a little bit of experience doing some of this, but not much.
Okay, well that definitely helps, because I had no experience coming into this personally, and I was bad, to say the least. So it's always super fun to see someone like you come in who has a little bit of experience behind the scenes. So looks like all these boys are ready. We're gonna go ahead and get this one started ASAP. Like we said, Kemek's gonna go ahead and back Ball Chasers, I'm going to go ahead and back Spaced Out. Predictions are open for just a little bit longer as we look to get into this game. I'm just super excited to get into this one. First Division D gameplay. So this is gonna be our first look into Division D, which used to be the bottom division. Now it's not. Now we got the Division E now. But game number 1 getting underway here between Spaced Out and Ball Chasers. I'm looking for Paco and Drewski. Like I said, I've seen them play before, so I'm gonna be looking for them to step it up. I do see that we got a TikToker, Demarca. Looks like he's got TikTok in his name, so maybe we can plug his socials after this or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how these upcoming weeks treat these players and these teams.
Yeah, most definitely. It's. I was talking to you, in between series here. That's one of my favorite parts about DCRL is seeing the progression. I mean, we saw that series prior to this. It was a 3-0 sweep. One of my favorite things is seeing teams like that be able to bounce back. All of the storylines that are made. That is my most favorite part about DCRL. But this looks like a great opportunity here for Spaced Out as Pat Down, the captain, had a great opportunity. It looks like Drewski's gonna maintain this pressure here, try and keep this ball in the orange half, but looks like Demarca gets a nice clear, but Pat Down gets a nice touch. I'm Him needs to make a crazy touch. The net is open, and it's Paco J striking first here for Spaced Out.
Yeah, I don't know. Just wide open goal. Looks to be grabbing boost off the side, and there's solid rotation, and just free.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure what happened there on the back end of Ball Chasers, but that net was a little bit too open for my liking. Looks like they're going to have to try and step it up here, but TikTok Demarca has an open net of his own, and he's going to strike as he gets his first goal for his team in DCRL Season 5, tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know. This will be fun to see. One goal right after another. This will be interesting to see how the series goes.
Yeah, most definitely. It's like I said, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing about any of these players on Ball Chasers, but from the looks of it, Demarca, I mean, he's got a TikTok, so I'm curious to see if he's got like mechs or something, because usually, I mean, no offense, but usually if you got TikTok in your name, you're pretty decent at the game. Looks like, I mean, he's kind of proven it here. He gets his first goal of the season for his team as Pat Down, looking a little bit awkward here, pops one into this orange half as he makes Paco a little bit awkward. Demarca has a good follow-up, and I'm Him's going to try and put on net. Drewski with a good backflip, and Paco's got some good rotations of his own, keeping this one in. He's going to try and put one on net, but I'm Him handles it soundly. Looks like Bones gets a nice touch. It's going to go off the backboard. He's trying to find a double. Can't quite find it. And now I'm Him coming in strong. This Ball Chasers team have a lot of speed, I'm noticing, which is definitely good to see, especially in Division D. And that's a good clear from Drewski, and it actually finds the back of the net. A huge booming clear. The boot comes out from Drewski, and Spaced Out gonna go up 2-1.
Yeah, that's just from way downtown all the way back in their net. Wow.
Beautiful stuff. Caught him lacking, really. Ball Chasers weren't expecting that big of a clear. And they strike first. Or they go back in the lead, I should say, after they strike first initially. That's a big demo coming out from I'm Him. It's funny seeing his player cam. That's a huge aerial coming out from Bones. He's tornado spinning through the air and almost finds another one for Ball Chasers. And one thing I gotta say, I know you don't have anything to base this off of, but compared to the Division D of last semester, these guys are looking crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, last semester it was definitely a little bit slower, which is totally fine. We like to, be inclusive. Any rank can play, but compared to the Division D of last semester, this is looking really, really good.
Yeah, I think that's partially because of the new introduction of Division E this year.
Oh yeah.
Strictly because, that allows for some of those newer players to get involved in this scene and gives them a little time to get, introduced to competitive Rocket League a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of our main goals about DCRL. I see somebody asking what rank are these guys. I think Division D is somewhere around the diamond ranks. So a big part of what we do here with DCRL is letting anybody that wants to play, it doesn't even have to be, you know, crazy good players. Gives them a chance to play on a team, play on stream. That's mostly what we're about here in DCRL. I also saw in the intermission that we actually broke our all-time viewer record, which I'm gonna go ahead and just cut out of the game for a second, which is crazy to see. I don't know where all these viewers came from, but thank you guys all so much for stopping in. But 59 seconds to go. Spaced Out have the goal advantage, but looks like Bone's gonna try and tie it up here. Dcrl might have an opportunity there, but ends up hitting it straight into the defender there. Looks like a big pinch coming out from Dcrl, trying to find that midfield. I'm him, the captain of this team now. Gonna try and get something going. The double commit comes out from Ball Chasers. The desperation is starting to come out. 30 seconds to go. They need a goal to try and tie this up.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's looking like it's probably gonna go towards Spaced Out World. I'm sorry to say.
There's a lot. It's a one goal difference. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything can happen. 18 seconds to go as Pat down, the captain of this team, trying to keep up the pressure here. 10 seconds to go. Drewski might have an open net as the Ball Chasers were starting to get desperate, and the net is left wide open, and Spaced Out find their third goal.
As you were saying, Will.
Yeah, my bad. My bad, bro. Hey, all I'm saying is that I predicted Spaced Out to win, so if anything, I mean, this is bad for you, brother. This is bad for you. But
whoa. I don't know what you're trying to turn here.
But 2 seconds to go. Spaced Out has the advantage. The ball touches the ground, and that's going to be it for game number 1. As Spaced Out take it in a pretty, I wouldn't say it's like very convincing, but I mean, it seemed like they had a little bit advantage. But Ball Chasers honestly had had some really good looks throughout that game number 1.
Yeah, it seems like these teams are honestly fairly matched. I think Spaced Out just got lucky on a couple of rotational mistakes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm liking what I said this before, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Division D so far. Just compared to the Division D of last semester, this is looking extremely competitive. Almost representative of Division C last semester is kind of what I'm going to compare it to. These guys are looking pretty good so far, but looks like these guys are ready to get into game number 2, and just a couple stat leaders here. We did see Drewski with 2 goals of his own. Like I said, he's actually made it to land before. So seeing him come out on top is definitely a good sign if you're a Spaced Out fan. All right, these guys are loading in here into the lobby. Game number 2, gearing up to get started here. Can Spaced Out capitalize on this? It's right off the kickoff, and it's Paco J striking first, going up an easy goal. Just only 3 short seconds into game number 2.
Yeah, like I said, those couple short little rotational mistakes can really set someone back.
Yeah, it's super hard coming off those kickoffs, right? I mean, a lot of times players in the diamond ranks, it's a little bit, you don't know if they're calculating their kickoffs or not. So it's always so unpredictable off the kickoff. But good for Spaced Out for being able to strike back as Bones gets a nice pinch downfield, pat down. It's a nice booming clear. He's going to get a 50, but it goes in favor of Dcrl. Pack was there to try and shut this down. Bones has a little bit of space to work with. He's going to go up in the air and almost go for a crazy air dribble, but ends up ringing it off the crossbar as Paco going to try and continue this pressure here. Pat down, puts it off the orange backboard. Drewski comes in for a shot. Can't quite find it. Now looks like Ball Chaser is going to try and find it down towards this blue end. Oh, Drewski almost with the crazy shot. Almost barely misses there. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the Spaced Out team. I think we've seen some good looks from Ball Chasers. I mean, I've seen a couple air dribble attempts. I've seen a couple aerials. I mean, both these teams are looking fantastic. It's really going to be anybody's game as we go down the line, but Spaced Out so far have just barely had the edge. One player that I've really been keeping my eye on so far in this series is Dcrl. Yeah, he ended up being the last pick on this Ball Chasers team, but to me, he's looking like one of the most solid so far. I don't know if there's anybody to you that's standing out there, Chemic.
Honestly, Bones on Ball Chasers has really kind of stuck out in this second game here. That air dribble kind of off the rip, and just I've seen him quite a bit, just kind of scrolling through the cams a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's been a combination of Bones and Dcrl, who are the non-captains on the team, who have really been the main source of offensive pressure for this team. I'm Him seems to be more that anchor in the back of the rotations to keep things going. But like you said, Bones and Dcrl have really been the main source of pressure. This net is wide open, and I'm Him can't quite find it, but he finds the ball midfield, and it's going to be Bones after you mention him. Almost maybe speaking it into existence as Ball Chasers tied up 1-1.
Yeah, like I was just saying, Bones being able to capitalize on some of those high pressure situations.
You absolutely love to see it. I think that game number 1 was a lot closer than we really think. Ball Chasers had a lot of good opportunities, but just weren't able to do that last step, which is put the ball in the back of the net. They had a lot of good looks though, as Dcrl carries this ball into the midfield, gets shut down by Pat Down. Now Bones off the sidewall. This guy might be the most mechy guy in the lobby. I've seen him going for some sidewall aerials and all sorts of air dribbles and whatnot as Paco popped this ball into the midfield. Pat Down looks a little bit awkward though, as Bone finds a free clear. Drewski looks awkward. Pat Down needs to come in and pinch that ball off the backboard, and he makes a desperation save there as Paco is gonna carry this one in. Gonna try and pop this one up high. And Chemic, I'm not too sure of your skill level at, or where your skill level's at, or whatnot, but is there anything you're seeing from this Ball Chasers team that's really just not letting them, get that final step, which is put the ball in the net?
I honestly think it's more on the spaced out side. The fact that their rotation is looking more towards those higher ranks, and how they're just kind of able to play off each other quite well is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot more individual play happening on Ball Chasers. I think that's a good point. Whereas Spaced Out might be playing a little bit more as a team, but less, flashy and mechy. I mean, we're seeing all of Ball Chasers in that blue corner. That's a perfect example. That's way, you want to be a little bit more spread out than that, and that could be one of the reasons why, they're struggling to find that last step, because there's just a lack of that third man to put the ball in the back of the net. But that's a big clear from I'm Him, and that finds the edge of the corner. And I'm Him. It gets his first goal of his Dcrl career. Oh my.
Again, straight from downtown.
Yeah. How many times are we going to see that in this series? I'm confused. I'm going to be interested. But Ball Chasers actually find their first lead of this series. They go up 2-1 in this game number 2. But Spaced Out going to try and strike back. Double commit coming out there from Ball Chasers. 50 seconds to go. This ball's kind of dangerous, but looks like Dcrl is there to put it off to the side. Drewski doesn't have the boost to work with. Looking a little bit awkward as now I'm Him. Trying to get this ball midfield, trying to do it all himself. Almost gets it, and the double commit ends up working out as Dcrl finds his second goal of the game, puts his team up 3-1.
Will, I'm starting to eat my words a little bit here. I think that first game was just kind of like a warm-up for Ball Chasers. Now they're really showing us what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think game number 1, it was a lot closer than the score represented. That's a huge miss as I'm Him, can't find it, but the double commit ends up working out again. 2 goals in a row from Ball Chasers. A double commit from Dcrl and Bones, but it doesn't matter. The ball finds the back of the net, and in the end, Chemic, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
But 27 seconds left to go here. Ball Chasers are up 4-1. This is looking a lot more convincing, and if I'm on Spaced Out right now, I'm looking I'm scared as I'm Him saves his own teammate's shot. What a save. Yep, there it is in the chat. You'll just see it. Paco with a big booming clear, but Bones is able to make the desperation save. Spaced Out, maybe trying to get one for the road as Paco goes flying, sends it wide as the clock hits 0. Drewski's gonna ground it, and Ball Chasers with a very, very convincing game number 2.
Yeah, I honestly think that first game was just a warm-up. I'm kind of excited now to see how the rest of this series is going to go. Ball Chasers kind of putting themselves out there in the second game.
Yeah, I think they're, like we said, I think they're starting to warm up. All three of these players, I can almost guarantee you, have never played together. So unless they got in a few games, before the season started, I mean, this for all we know, this could be their first time playing together. So, so good stuff coming up from Ball Chasers to answer back after that game number 1 loss. And I did see a comment. One new aspect of our overlay that I am in love with is the school logo integration. I was all for all the school representation, because in reality this couldn't happen if the schools weren't there. So having the school logos there, being able to show what school you go to, is absolutely amazing. I love that aspect of our new overlay. We actually have Bones in the chat. Is this guy just chatting mid series? We have had that in the past, but this is crazy work coming out of Ball Chasers. Maybe getting a little bit confident right now. Hopefully not too confident. And there's Demerica too. Yeah, there we go. Their whole team's in the chat all of a sudden. Hopefully they're not getting complacent. That is the last thing you want to do in a series like this. But game number 3 getting underway. Now it is in Spaced Out's hands to try and answer back and to progress this series to match point.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how these next 3 games go. Hopefully, we'll see it kind of even out, I bet.
Yeah, will Ball Chasers continue this onslaught as Bones? He is looking crazy. One thing I will say is, everything is based off of a draft system in DCRL. So we pick captains, and the captains pick players. We have a huge draft ranking list. It's really hard to rank every single player, especially when you have 129 people. You have like 30 diamonds to go through, and it's really hard to decide who goes where. But so far, Bones is looking like one of the steals of the draft so far. He is looking very, very mechy, and honestly, I'm scared for all of the other Division D teams purely because of this man. But already a minute in, score is tied 0-0. I don't know what it really was. I mean, Ball Chasers have been double committing, their rotations have been whacked, but it really hasn't been mattering. I don't know what you got to do if you're spaced out to try and answer back from that game number 1.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, it's boost control and more pressure on the orange side of the field. I think that's all they really kind of need to kind of push it into game 3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even though they're double committing, their rotations might be a little bit scuffed. Maybe like you said, the boost control, grabbing, leaving everybody thirsty for boost might be a huge factor. But spaced out, finding a goal here, Drewski gets a huge 50, maybe even a dookie perchance. And spaced out find themselves in the lead again. Oh, Kimmik, I need to educate you and anybody in the chat that's new here. Dookie is a coined term here in the DCRL world. Something that I came up with, a dookie. So, you have dunks in Rocket League, right? You have, where a player can, dunks on them like LeBron James. A dookie is a dunk where it actually goes in the net. So it's like an upgraded dunk, almost. So whenever there's a dunk that ends up just going straight in somebody's net, it's a dookie. And it's a coin. Oh. It's a coined term here on the DCRL channel. So I'm just educating you and the rest of the chat. So just wanted to, I always got to do that every once in a while. So
yeah, I wonder if we'll eventually end up seeing that term make its way all the way up to RLCS. That'd be kind of fun.
Hey man, if a caster says dookie in an RLCS stream, I will be blown away. My life will be complete, to say the least. Maybe I'll just have to become an RLCS caster and then make it a thing there. Who knows? But
I believe in you.
maybe in like 5 years we'll see where it goes. But anyways, back to this game number 3. 2 minutes left to go. Spaced out, find themselves in the lead once again. Looks like Ball Chasers maybe being slowed down a little bit here, as Paco gonna put this one off the sidewall. Pat down, gonna come in, but gets absolutely dunked by I'm Him, who's looking for another bump, as I think it was Bones tried to come in for a shot, but couldn't quite find the touches. I'm Him gets a beautiful flick over Pat down. He's going to try and find a follow-up. He does. This ball's going to be in the midfield, but Paco
we are so
makes
bad.
a great touch into the corner. And looks like, Kemek, if I'm spaced out, I'm kind of just trying to last out this last minute and a half and maybe try and catch ball chasers lacking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna come down to, like I said, that keep that constant rotation and the boost control. Looks to be that ball chasers is kind of starved right now while the ball is on their half the field.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I didn't really touch on is the fact that their team name is Ball Chasers. It all makes sense now. That's why, you know, they're playing the way they are. I'm Him, though, coming in clutch. Comes in flying. Huge aerial from the midfield, tying it up 1-1 with just 59 seconds. What a goal coming out from the captain.
Absolutely chasing that ball right into the net.
As per their team name. You love to see it. But yeah, all I'm saying is that pretty much all just makes sense now. I mean, their team name is Ball Chasers. You pretty much know what their game plan is going to be going into the series as they tie it up. 50 seconds to go. I'm Him looking for his second. That's going to be a good follow-up opportunity, but Dcrl puts it wide. That's a great 50 from Bones. I'm Him is there for a shot, but it gets put off to the side there by Pat down, who finds a pinch out. This game is still anybody's game, and it's going to be important to note. Oh, Drewski. Oh, down to Paco. Almost finds the combination play. I'm going to say it's important to note whoever wins this game is going to be on match point. So it's a very important time in this series right now. 20 seconds to go. I'm Him looking for a pass down low. Dcrl might have been there, but Paco settles that ball well. This ball's going to go up off the side while I'm Him is there for a follow-up. Pat down doesn't have much boost to work with. Gets a favorable 50. Bones, though, has a lot of boost in his tank. Maybe one last opportunity. Can he do it? Puts it on net. And it's Bones with the 0-second goal from Ball Chasers. What a play coming from Bones. I mean, what are we watching? What are we watching here, Kemek?
Honestly, this doesn't look like Dcrl. This looks higher upwards of B. Now, Bones absolutely crushing it.
The clock hits 0. Can they answer back? Drewski puts it over to the side. Bones just needs to let it touch the ground. And they do. And Ball Chaser feels this game number 3 right out from Spaced Out's hands. They had that thing in the bag, but the absolute clutch gene from Bones ends up saving this series as they progress to 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, I honestly think now Ball Chasers with this two game kind of headway now might end up taking it all the way to game 3 in this next one.
Yeah, they just might. Like I said, progressing to match point. All they need, like we've said, is just one more game to seal the deal. And man, if you're spaced out right now, the mental has got to be so tough, right? I mean, you're confident it's probably going to go to overtime, but the 1 second dagger for Bones just absolutely destroys the mental. And if Spaced Out are able to answer back from that, I will be absolutely baffled, because personally, my mental would be chalked. Looks like we have some people maybe leaving the match. Not too sure what's going on, but probably going to reset the lobby here.
I think that I'm Him ended up, I think his game crashed or something along the lines.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to our two beautiful faces while we try to get this one figured out. But I mean, what a series so far. I mean, we got the 0-second goal in game 3, the 0-second ice from Bones. We touched on it, I think, in the first and second game. That man, I don't know if he's Div D, man. I mean, he is looking absolutely crazy. So it's hard because you never know what's really going on, with someone's skill. But looks like Bones is looking to be a steal of the draft so far.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why Bones wasn't placed a little bit higher, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy to see. There's always going to be, some sleepers here and there, right? It's so hard to know unless we spent like you know, hours and hours and hours watching replays of every single player. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to do that, so sometimes stuff ends up like this, but it's too early. It's too early to, you know, write anything off. I mean, spaced out, you know, they were able to take, you know, that game number 1, and they almost had that game number 3 also. So I'm not going to completely write them out. They're mental, definitely probably a little bit shocked, but they're going to have to try and answer back. Looks like we're good to go. A little bit of technical difficulties on the back end, but game number 4 gonna get underway. Kemek, from your knowledge of Rocket League, what do you think Spaced Out need to focus on here to try and steal this game for, as that one rings off the crossbar?
Ooh, that's a rough one. But definitely, I don't know. I guess I don't really have much, but just kind of general rotation and overall just control over the ball. Yeah,
definitely. It's super hard to say, as that's a beautiful center from I'm Him. Looks like you can hear my Discord notifications. Hold on, let me let me go on Do Not Disturb here. Sorry, I didn't know you guys could hear that. But what a great start from Ball Chasers. It looks like Paco might need a pause here, maybe. Do we need?
It's looking like it.
But I'm gonna go ahead and ask it in the chat. Never too safe to be sorry. All right. Looks like Paco's asking for a pause. We're just gonna go ahead, pause game, y'all. But leave to lobby. Wait for Paco's. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, give him some time to try and get his internet under control. Looks like Paco might be having a little bit of connection issues here, so we're gonna give him some time. I'll give him probably a couple minutes here to try and get his internet under control. But Kemek, what are you noticing from this series so far? I mean, like you said, a lot of it's been bones, but I mean, is that really the main reason why Ball Chasers have been doing so good?
To be honest, World, I couldn't tell you. I Spaced Out was looking really good there at the start, but then Bones got his feet under him with I'm Him and his passes, and I think it's just kind of keeping him going for these 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, this combination, I mean, I'm Him was a little bit slower to start the series off, but now that we got all 3 of them, you know, firing on all cylinders, this team is looking really, really good. So we're gonna try and figure this one out, see what happens. I know Paco has had some connection issues. He's looking like he might have to reboot. So I think he was having some connection issues from the start. So probably just gonna write that off as a 0-0 as long as all parties are down. I'm just kind of start from game 4 from a blank slate. But it's really hard to say, you know, it's really hard to say what Spaced Out needs to do in order to strike back. I mean, a lot of it's going to be the mental game of, you know, coming back from a 0-second goal. It's going to be super tough to figure out. But I think we're going to go ahead and, I think I need to kick Paco maybe from the, okay, he's not even in. We're going to have to remake the lobby. Remake lobby. Yeah, bear with us, folks. We're always bound to have some technical difficulties. But we're gonna see where this goes. Go ahead and remake the lobby. Invite Bones. Go ahead and invite Paco. Pat down. Where are you at, Kemek?
I should be there.
There we go. Should have sent you an invite. Yep, you're in. We'll just wait on these people to get in. I think what I'm gonna do, probably give them a goal right off the start, and then we'll start it maybe 0-1. Just because I was looking back at the stream a little bit, and I don't think they really asked for a pause until it was 0-1. So we'll just kind of wait. We'll just kind of meet in the middle. We'll let Ball Chasers get a goal right off the start, and then once the kickoff starts from there, it'll be game time again. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that We start 0 and 1. So based out, let ball chasers have a goal. And then off, kick off. It'll be go time. So yeah, I mean, Yellow Dog in the chat, I mean, he's highlighting it perfectly. It's never a DCRL stream without a little bit of scuffed something happening, whether it's someone disconnecting or whatever else it may be. But yep, so I think we're just waiting on, I'm not too sure who we waiting on. We got all of ball chasers. Drewski, get him in. Like I said, folks,
better to have these difficulties week 1 than,
oh yeah,
later on.
I can guarantee you, Chemic, we're gonna be having these issues throughout the entire season, but it's just part of the game. Unfortunately, we aren't a RLCS level production. It's just pretty much 2 guys sitting in front of a camera streaming some Rocket League. That's pretty much all we got going for us. So unfortunately, we don't have that level of production, but I mean, it is what it is. It's makes it a little bit more fun. But I'm gonna go ahead. Looks like we got everybody in. Y'all ready? All right. Looks like these boys are ready. Gonna go ahead and get this thing back underway. How about this prediction? Do you think this game is over in the next game? Do you think Ball Chasers win this next game and put the series on ice, or do you think Spaced Out gonna bring it to game 5?
I have to stick with Spaced Out here, World. I honestly think they can bring it back now after this.
So are you gonna still stick with Ball Chasers being the series winner, or
no, I'm gonna roll with Spaced Out on this one. I think I'm gonna stick with my prediction from the start.
All right. Yeah, we see people the what a save coming out, even though it was a free goal in the chat. You love to see that. Good sportsmanship. All right, looks like we're back in. We are officially back underway here. Hopefully Paco's internet is well and ready. I think he was lagging from the start, but since he didn't say pause until after that first goal, in fairness to Ball Chasers, we have to give them at least one of their goals back. So that's exactly what happened there. But game number 4 underway. Bones with a huge clear downfield. Drewski makes a save right on the goal line. Dcrl gonna try and put it on net. Pat down makes an awkward touch as this ball is gonna go into the midfield, and a good pinch coming out. This ball's gonna bounce up high. I'm him needs to make a touch. He does. It's gonna go off the backboard looking for a double. He finds a touch on it, and man, the car control coming from these guys in Division D is looking really, really good, Chemic.
Yeah, it's seeing that this is only Div D. It's gonna be interesting to see how C. I mean, we just saw B not too long ago, but it'll be interesting to see these next couple divs.
Ooh, I'm him. Finding the second goal of this game. Looks like Pat Down was in the right spot to try and go for some backward defense there, but I'm him has some very good positioning. Finds himself perfectly in the bottom left corner to slot that ball away. And I'm starting to think that I'm him might actually be him. Like, I'm not too sure, Chemic, but he's looking crazy.
Yeah, I honestly think that Ball Chasers is actually starting to prove themselves here a little bit after that first game.
Yeah, no. I'm in full agreement there. It's hard to deny that, especially with this guy Bones, who puts a shot on net after that crazy 0-second goal in game number 3. He's striking again as Ball Chasers going up now 3-0. And I'm kind of realizing that Bones actually kind of looks like our boy Shavin or Gavin. I don't know if it might be his like twin brother. I know you don't know who that is, but kind of looks eerily similar to one of our executives here in DCRL. I'm sure everybody here has received a DM from Shavin at some point, but we will see as Drewski pops us off the side while I'm him trying to shut it down. Paco trying to keep this in. trying to get something for this 3-goal deficit as Paco almost saves his own net, gets the redirect off of a shot from, I believe, I'm not too sure who that was. Looks like Pat Down had the goal. Paco steals it, and Spaced Out find their first goal of game number 4.
It's never Rocket League without a stolen goal, Whirl.
Yeah, that is facts. Absolute facts, brother. Love to see that's happening even on this scale on DCRL. So a lot of fun as Paco trying to take this ball out of the midfield. As now Drewski makes a little bit of a awkward touch. Bones waits for the ball to pop up, and looks like he might try and go for a shot. Rings it up high. I'm him. Try to get there for a follow-up. Couldn't wrap his car around it. This could be good. Paco has an open net, and he's gonna get his second goal of the game, and now they bring it back within 1.
Yeah, I Spaced Out, just taking complete and full advantage of the open field.
Yeah, you love to see it. Ball chasers maybe getting a little bit too ball chasey. No one's left home to save the ball there, and Spaced Out able to bring it back within 1, but still half the game left to go here in game 4. Spaced Out looking to try and bring this to a game 5, which would be absolutely fantastic to see. This ball just has a lot of time here on this blue side as Pat Down grabs that big boost, gets a dribble around 1, almost gets a flick around the last guy. That would have been a highlight reel goal there for Pat Down, as now Paco gets a nice controlling touch here, gonna bring it out of the corner, beats 1. He's gonna try and find a 50, but Bones puts it off nicely for I'm him. And just 2 minutes left to go here. Kemek, I'm curious, do you think Spaced Out's gonna have what it takes to bring this back?
You know, in your own words, Whirl, it is only a 1-goal lead.
That's true. That is very true. So you're saying they can do it, huh? You're saying they can do it?
I believe in them. I'm
right.
gonna stick with my prediction from the beginning.
All right, minute and 30 to go. Drewski trying to just get something going here. Is Paco gonna put this one up high? It might be awkward. I'm him. Makes a great touch on his own backboard. Pat Down looking to try and center this ball. Maybe a window of opportunity there. Nothing ends up coming from it. And now Bones goes up off the sidewall, goes missing. Doesn't find the touch. Pat Down should have a free one, but ends up just giving away possession. I would have liked to see him maybe take his time a little bit there, but ends up getting a great 50 in return. Pat Down might be there for a shot, but it ends up getting shut down by I'm him. Minute left to go. Spaced Out have had a couple good looks, but ball chasers have the advantage, and all they gotta do is try and hold on to it. Bones not able to find the touch. That's a good 50 from Pat Down, and I'm him. I've seen him being that anchor third man so many times. Drewski might have a shot. It's a little bit weak though, as it's easily saved. Pat Down, is that in? It rings off the crossbar. Drewski might have a touch. Oh my goodness, goal line save from DeMarica, keeping this game alive for him.
Well, that's a perfect example of that constant 3-man rotation right there for you.
Definitely, definitely. This almost an open net there. 20 seconds to go. Spaced Out need a goal to tie this up to keep the series alive here. Pat Down doesn't have much boost to work with. I'm him, just gonna completely shut down that pressure. And well played by ball chasers here. They're just keeping up the pressure, not letting Spaced Out have any opportunities, as this clock is gonna hit 0 and the ball touches the ground, and ball chasers win 3 games in a row to take the series 3-1.
What a turnaround.
You love to see it. And man, I mean, we're gonna get a chance to talk to these boys potentially. I don't even know if they know to do a post-game interview, so we're gonna that'll be a fun one to figure out. But man, for me, Bones might have been the MVP of this series. I mean, he was all over the place. He was, you know, scoring some insane goals. You have that 0-second goal that sealed the game number 3, and man, oh man, that was just a lot of fun. I gotta ask you, who's your MVP for the series?
Honestly, it's got to be Bones. I pointed him out from the start, and he proved himself there at the end.
Yeah, it's got to be. But I'm gonna go ahead and work on trying to get these boys into the a winner's interview here. Like I said, it was kind of a rush at the end, so I'm not too sure if they know where to go. Looks like I'm him's in the right spot. Make sure I select the right scene here. We're gonna try and get these boys in. Give me a second. Looks like we got a couple of them joining up, so waiting room VC. Let's link it. Okay, we got them in. We're gonna go ahead and drag these boys in. All right, welcome.
I need to like leave the live stream.
Oh, hello, boys. You hear me?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, welcome to the Casters VC. Huge congratulations on your week number 1 win, boys. Like I said, I like to try and go down the line, and I've never talked to any of you guys before, so this will be a moment for me to kind of get to know you boys. But I'm him. Are you truly him, brother? You gotta answer that question first.
I'm him. I am.
Oh, so
I've been him for a while.
I mean, you were proving it there on the pitch. I mean, you seem to be more, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you seem to be more of like the anchor on this team. You know, it looked like Bones and America were kind of just up there ball chasing, you know, per your team name. And you were kind of the anchor in the back of the team. So did you guys, were you guys able to play at all before the season started?
We did. Yup.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you guys expecting after that to have the absolute dominance that you guys showed here in Division D? Were you guys confident?
Yes. I was confident.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Kemek, do you have any questions for these boys? Even just anything?
I mainly have one there for Bones. What does the daily training regimen look like for you?
So, I mean, I'm supposed to play. I play like 15 hours a week for my school, so
Oh, okay.
been doing that. That's about it. I mean,
What-
I just play for fun, so.
Do you practice anything in specific? What, like, do you just go in free play? What's your routine, bro?
I just play free play. I mean, that's
No?
all I'm gonna be honest.
Fair enough.
you know?
I made a comment earlier. You look a lot like one of our executives. His name is Shavin. You probably received a DM from him at some point. You might be his little brother, and he also sits in free play all day. So kind of funny you say that. But Bones, I gotta give it to you. I think you were like the MVP of this series. I mean, couple insane goals, especially that 0-second goal. What was it? Game number 3. Run us through that. What happened there? What were the comms like? I mean, was it electric or what?
I mean, I was going nuts because I would definitely say that's a peak shot for me for sure. I've been trying to hit something like that for a long time, so.
You love to see it. I mean, week number 1, you guys are already throwing out stuff like that. I mean, you guys seem to have it set for your season.
Don't doubt the underdogs. That's all I gotta say.
No, I don't know if you're the underdogs anymore, brother. You guys might be the top dogs at this point. I'm not
I
too
don't know,
sure.
The point votage was channel points are off for us. So.
Yeah, that's true. Anybody that doubted, I mean, enjoy your L, boys. But anyways, I got to toss it over to Dcrl now. I mean, you played solid yourself. I was very impressed with you, especially games number 1 and 2. I think I saw some couple key moments from you. But one thing I did notice, you have TikTok in your name. Are you like a TikTok star or something, or what's going on there?
No, I used to be a TikTok streamer, but I don't have the time anymore. So.
Oh, okay. What's I mean, I was just gonna say you can go ahead and, I mean, if anybody wants to follow him, you totally can. I mean, we're all about that here. So if anybody wants to hit up Dcrl, I looked at your profile trying to find you to contact you. So.
Oh, gotcha.
But
yeah, all my information's on there. So.
Yeah. But anyways, Kemek, do you have any last things you want to say to these boys before we go ahead and send her off?
Good games, and I hope to see you guys progress like this in the future weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Good games for sure. The future's looking bright for you boys, that's for sure. But excited to see you guys play, and congrats on your week number 1 win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring these guys out. There you go. That's gonna be it. Series number 2 in the books. Ball chasers. I mean, they look so good, Kemek. I mean, they started out a little bit slow. I mean, spaced out. Look like they definitely had the upper hand, but once ball chasers kind of got their groove going, I mean, they look so good.
Yeah, spaced out really strong start there, but after the warm up there for ball chasers, it was all over.
Yeah, definitely. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's gonna about do it. I'll once we hit intermission, I'll pay out all the predictions and stuff like that. So just wait for that. But Chemic, thank you so much for hopping on the desk for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. That's just, you know, round of applause for him. So thank you for coming on, and hopefully we're gonna be seeing you more throughout the season.
Absolutely. No, this has been wonderful. Thank you, Whirl, for having me on, and thank you, chat, for allowing me to, you know, have my time on here.
Why are there so many Chemic 19 fans? I'm just seeing the chat.
I think that might be a couple of trolls from back home. Please do not mind them.
It's okay, man. They're not doing anything wrong. As long as they're not doing anything wrong, they can have their fun. Welcome to the stream, Chemic fan 19 fan 1, 2, and 3.
let's call them by their real names. Bread, Fire, and Bad Kev. Come on.
All right. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Ball Chasers take the series in a 3-1 fashion, looking great to start out the season. But I have to say, we have one more series on the night, and it's going to be a fantastic one. We're going to toss it up to Division A, our best division in DCRL. We're going to see, you know, GC2s, GC3s, and one of the best players in DCRL history, Remzik. I'm going to start the glaze early. He's going to be playing tonight on stream. So if you guys want to see, you know, the best of the best in DCRL, stick around. You know, it's about to be a very, very good series. But like I said, Chemic, thank you so much for joining me. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead, toss it to a quick intermission. Please stay tuned. We have a great series left for the last one of the series of the stream. But we'll be right back after the break.